Let's go to Brett Anthony right now for a look at your forecast. Brett, we didn't get a lot of snow, but we are reporting of some slide-offs there in Odessa.
Yeah, and I really think, Curtis, as the snow fell initially, it melted on the roadway, and then the colder air came in and may have frozen some of those wet roads, and then the snow fell on top of that. So we've had overnight about an inch of snow in some spots, and out toward Odessa is one of those areas. So perhaps that's what's helping to cause the roadways to be a bit slick this morning. We still have snow showers around the area this morning, including some in southern Leavenworth County and western Johnson County. And as we zoom in here, you can see the snow showers around Tonganoxie over toward Baser, and from Lansing stretching down to Unity Village back through Overland Park. A few snow showers out in those areas. No additional accumulation, but just enough to see it as you're driving out there, and keep in mind that the roadways could be slick. The other side of the story this morning, the bitter wind chills. Look at the wind chill value right now at St. Joe. It's 0. Around Kansas City, it's about 7. Out in Lee Summit, it's 3. So it is cold out there this morning. Here's the forecast for today. Cloudy with snow showers at 7 a.m. 15 degrees. Our snow flurries and snow showers will continue through the noon hour, about 20. And then the snow showers will shift to the east this afternoon. Most of us are just mostly cloudy and very cold, around 25 with a wind chill at about 5 to 10 above. Coming up, the coldest night so far this winter is setting up for tonight. We'll have the details on that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, so let's take a closer look at a couple of highway shots here for you so you can kind of get an idea of what those roads look like. This is 435 eastbound and State Line. Looks like the highway in that area is looking pretty good. Traffic is moving along. You may want to slow your speed just a little bit because you never know when you might hit one of those slick spots. In fact, in those headlights, you can kind of see that sheen that's on the roadway. This is 435 southbound and Raytown Road. We've got a few cars out there this morning. Plan extra time for your morning commute and just plan maybe, to take a little bit longer on that morning drive. So let's get a check of the roads, a closer look here in Kansas City, Missouri.
All right, Lindsay Shiley, take it away. You are via Skype right now. What are the roadways like?
Hey, good morning, Curtis. We're in the neighborhood off 64th and Antioch up in the Northland, and we're trying to take a hill here. We wanted to show you. We had a little bit of trouble on it earlier. Yeah, the tires definitely struggle to get up, and we are in a big, heavy live truck, but still, there's just no traction on the roads because there's not very much snow at all, and underneath it is this glaze that is formed because tires melting and going over it, and it quickly refreezes, even if it did have some salt or sand over it as well. The side streets definitely worse than the main streets, and also I came from the Northland down to the Plaza area this morning in my commute, and it's the overpasses and bridges that we always tell you about that really have some significant slick spots, and you're taking them at what you think could be a normal highway speed, even if you're going slower. I was passed by several people going really, really fast, and I bet a lot of them were surprised at least once or twice on their commute by a slick spot or two, especially on those exit and entrance ramps. So be very careful this morning. These are the kinds of mornings that get people in trouble. When we have 6 inches of snow, we all know to drive careful. This is the morning when you've got to realize it could be very slick and it could come up very suddenly on you. So drive carefully and just keep in mind there are spots of black ice and frozen spots on your streets all over Kansas City this morning. We're live on NBC Action News Today.
So true. Could take you by surprise. Lindsay, thank you. And let's go to the Kansas side.
Yeah, Sloan Heller monitoring the roads there on a Johnson Drive near I-35. Sloan, how are the roads looking in your area?
Well, pretty good right now. Just a kind of quick reminder of what happened overnight. We talked to Overland Park PD, about 20 minor crashes overnight and then about 9 more in Leawood. So again, as Lindsay was just saying, even when we get a ½ an inch of snow, it's a reminder we can still see problems on the roadways. Take a look, though, right now at 35 here right by Johnson Drive. It looks like people are pretty much driving their normal speed. You probably want to go a little bit under, though, 5 or 10 miles under, just to be sure. But KDOT saying that things are actually looking better than they expected. They say the treatment on the highways has melted most of the snow, and the majority of the spots are now dry. So that is the good news. But again, you never know when you're going to run into a wet spot, an icy spot, especially as you're going off and on the highways, on those ramps. And again, the bridges and overpasses, another area to look out for. But again, highway here in Miriam, 35 by Johnson Drive, looking pretty good. The wind, it is cold, as Brett has been saying, -5 with that wind chill, so you want to bundle up this morning. We're live in Miriam. Sloan Heller, NBC Action News Today.
Oh, yeah, it is windy, and that wind chill will get you. In fact, Brett had mentioned that today's going to be the coldest we've seen so far, with a low of 9 degrees. Be careful. And